Good evening, everybody. We're here live at Pudsey Bowling Club for the semi-finals of the Pudsey Classic. This year we've got in the semi-finals Greg Smith playing Lee Heaton, both Waterloo winners, and in the other semi-final we have James Wilcox playing Gary Ellis. So we're going to start with the Heaton and Smith game. Heaton is just lying one in at the moment. Greg Smith won this competition in 2014 and was runner-up in 2013. And as I say, both of them are past Waterloo winners. I'm joined tonight by a local bowler of great repute, Mr. Dean Scarth. Good evening, Dean.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. Once again, welcome everybody to Pudsey Bowling Club to the semi-finals and finals of the 2017 Pudsey Classic. The weather has fortunately held off for now, and a decent crowd here tonight. So far, there's been some top-class bowling.
Number 11, James Wilcox, and number 15, Gary Ellis.
The other semi-finals about to come on as well. James Wilcox from Crossgates and Gary Ellis from Tongue. So we're going to stick with the Heaton-Smith game. Heaton scored the first end. And he's led the jack out. His thumb peg over the crown towards the Pudsey Bowling Club stand. It's a straightish mark right down the spine of the green. It's a long way in these corners, so if we don't quite get the right angle, we seem to be struggling a little bit. Lee Heaton is lying one at the moment. They've actually gone about 45 yards. This is a very, very big green. It's probably a good 55, 65 yards corner to corner. Might even be more. Greg's trying to sit the ball out. He's not very happy with it. 1 to Heaton. 2-0. Heaton leads.
Yes, Mike, like you say, here at Pudsey, as a lot of people will know, it's a very, very big green with some very unforgiving marks, especially in the corners. Really is a big chuck. Just to clarify, in the last 16, Greg overcame Chris Brown 21-18, and then in the last 8, Greg beat Jack Dyson 21-15. His opponent Lee Heaton overcame his friend and travelling partner, I believe, Stuart Mort 21-14 to Lee, and in the last 8, again another local guy from over that way, Lee beat Simon Kaup 21-18. Greg just playing across the green. Lee puts his first ball about a yard through, and Greg, well, great ball, Mike, and just played a front nodder.
Yes, he has. He's played a real good ball. Lee's going to strike at this. Lee's ball is about 4 foot off. He's got it. He's got something. Yes, he's cleared the end.
Great hit there from Lee. Full hit straight onto the ball and the block. Cleared the green in quite a sharpish manner.
And at the same time, Gary Ellis did the same against James Wilcox in their first end.
It's a striking frenzy at Pudsey. It's a striking frenzy.
Yes, let's hope this bit of a breeze keeps the wind and rain at bay. It's been blowing a bit of a gale earlier on, back end of that thing that was coming over from America, Gert or something like that. But anyway, Lee's gone finger peg, his finger peg, Greg's thumb peg, over the crown and round to the far corner of the green. The green's not running too bad, it's a bit pushy at places, but with all the rain we've had, and Lee's just picked the jack up and made a decent ball.
Yeah, it's not the easiest mark, like quite easily to be big down that side towards the club. And obviously if it's a foul it trails past the jack and away it's gone.
Greg needs to peg round.
I think he's just gone too far with that first ball of Greg's.
Lee can play onto his own here. It's going in the right direction. Can it get onto inside that ball?
Yeah, good second ball there from Lee. Very good second ball.
Greg says he's not sent this enough.
Don't think he likes this one, Mike. He's not liking this at all.
I think he was in two minds there. He didn't know whether to strike or play to save, and he got caught doing neither.
Lee signals 2 and takes a 4-0 lead. Quick thoughts on the other game, Mike. Local lad James from Crossgate's the other side of Leeds against, well, a man who's, what hasn't he won in the game of bowls?
Well, I can honestly say that the best player so far today in the first 2 rounds has been James Wilcox. He's played some real bowls consistently.
Yeah, I have to agree with Mike again. About a 3/4 corner, he just plays a ball, just touches the jack and leaves about a 6-inch lead. Gary's trying, he's just going to slip by a field, yes, into the back of James's ball.
Lee's led one probably a big foot short, and Greg's played about 5 foot short on the peg again. Lee tends to play all round peg everywhere.
Just gone to far with his second ball. Do we see Greg? Yes, Greg signals he's going to have a strike at this one. Lee's just over a foot, maybe 12, 14 inches. As Greg unleashes one. And connection, great strike there from Greg, takes the block clean, kills the end, great strike.
Yeah, we've had 4 ends and 2 dead ends. Gary's come up to have a look at the lie of the land here. He might be playing a reacher on this. I can't see him licking it.
Yes, I think when he gets back he could be playing slightly overweight, Mike, here.
Even the referee's coming round to prepare himself. Lee's led. Finger peg under the crown towards the clubhouse again. He's played a pretty decent ball there. 15, 18 inches short.
Yes, very good lead there from Lee. Greg watching his ball closely, certainly far enough. Excellent response there from Greg. Just plays off the side of Lee's ball. And I do believe he's just near enough touching the jack.
Well, he's played a reacher on it and he looks to be over the top of it. And he is.
Yes, I'm guessing Greg's counting. Greg sets his second ball. He's running after it. I think he's far enough again. Just gone past the end. Is it 1 or 2?
Greg says 2.
Greg signals 2. And Lee conceded 2 to Greg. 2 great balls there from Greg.
Yeah, Lee'd have been happy with his lead. 15, 18 inches short, and Greg put 2 inside it. Now Greg's just going to play 22 yard, a little bit of a peg. His thumb peg, Lee's finger, just over the crown and then round the side. He's after this one, is Greg. He likes to get after him, because Greg, it's not a mile off, it's a real one.
Brilliant lead there from Greg. Mike says 22, 24 metres. Plays a front toucher. Lee's reaching. Just slipped through the end. I feel that ball's not counting.
Yeah, from our commentary position we can't actually see which one's in, but we would think Greg is in.
Greg's first ball is covering the jack. I don't think Lee will be short at this end.
No, he's playing an out-and-out reacher at it, just playing for any hits, and he has done and counted.
Connection.
Looks like
I think it's two.
Heaton. Right ball from Lee. Greg's disappointed.
Great ball from Lee. Far enough and on the road, as I say. Great ball.
Yes. Where Greg was hoping to be very near level, he's now 6-2 behind. And Lee's back into the corner. His finger peg. It looks as though he's gone thumb peg this time, Dean. The way that ball.
Yeah, sweeping thumb peg towards the steps in front of the club here at Pudsey. They've probably gone about a yard past. It's not the worst lead on that mark down there.
Greg's gone the other peg. Greg's gone straight at it, but he's gone a little bit too far. It might just
bottom
stay in.
side. I think he's underneath with that one, Mike. I think that's just slipped out.
Nobody's telling us anything. And Lee's rectified it with a real good ball.
Very good ball there from Lee with his second ball.
Well, Greg again has gone straight at it, but he needs
just
to
going to
run.
finish short.
2 to Lee.
2 more to Lee. Takes an 8-2 lead.
Bad end from Greg. Lee's led out, finger peg around the crown. Probably about 40 yards. Needs to stop, he's just a little bit on the bottom side of it. He's probably gone a yard on the narrow. Greg's followed him, followed the same bias. His thumb peg over the crown, pegging onto the jack, it's just too far. He's gone about a yard over as well. A better road than Lee, so Lee will be in here at the moment. And Lee's played this one. It's a good road. It needs to stop again. It needs to stop. It's just pegged out on the bottom side, left Greg in. That's where Lee needed to capitalise on that last end, but he hasn't. He's give Greg the chance of making it a pair. I think that's 2 for Greg, but Lee's having a discussion with the scorer, and Lee's saying it's 8-2 and the scorer has it 6-4. So he's changed it over now. It's 8 something. I don't know what that something is. I think it's 4. So Greg back over the crown towards the clubhouse. His finger peg, Lee's thumb peg. As you can see, they're left and right handed. He's played one about a yard over. Not happy. Not happy. Lee has put it on a road. He needs to just pump up a little bit. Just trails off past that jack. Probably 18 inch. So it's 8-4 to Lee Heaton. Laying one in.
Feel Greg's short here, Mike. I think he's short.
Yes, he's not happy with it. Not happy with it at all. He's not settled in this game as Greg. Lee's going to hopefully get another one here and make it 10-4. And he has. Greg's given his little balls a little bit of a kicking. Not a happy bunny. Now a Greg.
Decent lead for now, Mike, do you think? No, obviously never write Greg off.
No, you can't write him off. 10-4.
10-4 lead at this stage.
This is where you can put the pressure on.
Lee playing back up into the corner away from the club.
Yeah, he's gone up there. Thumb peg to the right hander, finger peg to the left hander. Just under the crown. Putting the jack probably a yard or so from the edge of the green.
And he's not played a bad ball neither on his first ball.
Oh, this is a real one. This is a pressure ball.
6 inches short, maybe just to the right of the jack. Very good lead.
This wants to run. Wants to run now. It wants to run. He's gonna get in that little gap there.
Excellent ball. What a ball from Greg in response. Lee striking at this with his second ball. And he's missed. No danger really for Greg to make two. We can afford to be far enough.
Again, Lee's led a ball within 15-18 inches on two ends, and he's finished 2 down at one end and possibly 2 down again. He has 2 down.
Great balls from Greg.
Yes.
Not the easiest mark on the green neither.
Lee would have been happy with it, more than happy with that lead, and to finish 2 down again, it's knocking a bit of stuffing out of you. But Greg needs to put a lead together now. Put the pressure on to Lee. He can't give him 2 cheap uns back like he has been doing. And he sent the jack a lot further this time. Yeah, he sent it a good 38-40 yards. Left-hander's finger. Peg over the crown and pegging towards the gutter. And he's played a real ball. Just could have done with touching that jack, but it's trailed on by probably 2 foot, just over 2 foot. Lee's got on a road, but I think he's a little bit too far. It's just gonna not have enough peg in it. Now can Greg nail one here? Put the pressure on Lee. Lee would have been hoping to beat that first ball with Greg's. And Greg's on a road here now. If he can just stop, it'll be a real good one. Needs to pull up quick. It's just trailed a little bit by, but not much. 2 good balls over the distance. And Lee's ball's on the way. It needs to stop. Needs to stop quickly. Or sit something, and it's just gone out. And left him 2. 8-10, Smith trails.
Yes, I thought he'd missed that in there for a minute, Mike. He was just the marker David Arnold, as many people will know. Just turned the scores over. It's 10-8 Greg.
And Greg's brought Lee back. Greg's brought Lee back into the corner, but not as far as previous. Greg's after this one, he's stalking it up. Wants it to go a little bit.
just maybe a couple of foot short again from where we stood. Can't quite see. Not a bad ball from Greg. Again, as he does with a lot of balls, Greg, he gets after each one. Lee's come up a good 3 yards short with his first. Far enough this time, Mike, is Greg.
Yes, and he's got the gap and he's got a yard over. Lee will be hoping to get in at this end now. He's got a bit of room. No luck, but he's got a chance. This is far enough. All he's got to do is stop. If it stops, it wins.
Trails, it just depends how far short Greg's wood. He signals wonders, Greg. Lee's ball can't have gone out by much, maybe 4 or 5 inches.
9-10, Greg's trailing from being 10-4 down. So he's gone back, straight peg. He's stalking it a little bit. It's far enough.
Looking good,
it just needs to stop. It needs to stop quickly. It's trailed a yard over. At least a yard. Lee's not as far. This one does wants to just run straight. If it just stops on a length, it's right, and it has done.
Goes in 10-12 inches short. What can Greg find with his second ball? He's after it.
It's not as far.
I think he's short. He's a lot short.
It's still going.
Trying
it's
his
still
best
going.
to it past
Might
Lee's
just
ball.
run in. It's a better running ball than Lee's. It's just run up to the back of it.
Into the back of Lee's ball.
Done all the hard work, Greg, to get back to the game, and then Lee gets in to make it 11-9. Yeah, here at Pudsey, you can't wish for a better final semi-finalist. We've got, like I said before, Waterloo winners. We've got 3 of them. And James Wilcox, this year's Isle of Man winner. They've Ellis, Heaton and Smith have all won the All England as well. What they haven't won isn't worth winning with these 3 lads, and James is hoping that he can emulate them by going and winning the Pudsey title tonight. But he's just struggling a little bit against Gary. Gary's greencraft is just coming to the fore a bit.
Yeah, it's a tight game as this one. James just holds a slender 5-4 lead. Gary currently at this end has 2 very close to the jack. I think we'll certainly see, yes, James is going to have a go at these 2.
Lee's led into the corner and played one about 10 inches short, but Greg's left this one 5-6 foot short.
And James takes one of Gary's out.
Well, Lee wants to run another yard or so for a real good one again.
I think James a bit disappointed to only save 1 there. I think he was hoping for a better connection.
Greg striking.
Greg signalled to strike. His Lee's first ball was about 10 inches short, and Lee's second ball about just under a yard. As Greg lets go. Clean connection on the jack. Great strike from Greg.
Yeah.
Kills the end. Great strike.
Wonderful strike. Wonderful. That was what he was aiming for, and that's what he got. Oh, still 11-9. Heaton leads.
We're just going to leave Lee and Greg As it stands at the minute, it's 11-2 to Lee. We're going to have a look at James against Gary now.
11-9 to Lee.
It's 11-9 to Lee as we pick up Gary and James Wilcox. Gary just after his second ball, playing about 30 metres across the green. He's got two very close. James can't afford to be short with his second ball here.
Yeah, he's
Certainly
5 apiece at the moment, and he's hit his own ball.
I think that's 2 to Gary.
I think he might have been better to have a strike at them. 2 to Ellis. That's 7-5. Ellis leads. Ellis playing thumb peg straight across the green, probably 28 yards. He just played one about 18 inches at the side. Gary's won this competition twice before, once in 2005 and once in 2010, and he was runner-up in 2006, 2012 and 2016. So he does like the green, does Gary?
Yeah, very close final I seem to recollect last year, Mike, against Green Wilson.
Yes,
I do believe it was 21-20 the final score.
Yes, there's been a lot of close finals here. It's a very, very good playing surface, and it brings out the best in these top players. They're having a measure here, calling the referees on to give their opinion after they've measured them. The other game is 11 across at the moment. It's very close. The referee's having to get down and check that they're both touching. Check the tension in the string. Dead end, the referee says. Oh, Gary coming back across the green. He's here tonight with his wife Denise and the newborn, well, not newborn, but I think she's 7-8 month old now, Jessica, who's come to watch her dad hopefully lift the title.
He looks to play the good one here, Mike.
Yes,
just trails just over a foot past the jack. Again, about a 32 metre mark across the green. James is having a look. Is he just going to trail by?
Might sit the ball, and he has.
Yes, racing to Gary's ball.
Again, it's not a bad crowd tonight, Dean, but like a lot of competitions in Yorkshire, they just seem to be losing the crowds for these top events now. I don't know whether it's because they see them all the time, or...
Yeah, we have to say a bit disappointing, Michael. And like I say, there is a reasonable crowd, but I have to say, for an Saturday night in August, it's not the kindest weather we've had. It's very cold, clear skies, but I guess that's put one or two people off. People sat with blankets over their knees and huddled up round the green. And it's just a shame for an August night again with such a top class field.
Yeah, Pudsey seems to get bad nights for some unknown reason. I can remember one a few years ago when Matt Bowen and Andy Cairns played in the final, and it was underwater. That was probably about 8 or 9 years ago. 10 years ago, I'll just check and I'll tell you it would be 2008, so yeah.
Not a far off guess.
No.
But yeah, it's a very chilly night here at Pudsey. Again, it's probably put 1 or 2 people off the Saturday night coming out. Again, a lot of people will have been out playing bowls in the local leagues, the Bradford League, Leeds League this afternoon. Probably want a nice Saturday night in. It's a shame because we really do have a great fielders assembled here tonight.
Yeah, it's a shame like you say, but I think it's a sign of the times. I can remember not many years ago you'd come to these competition finals in Yorkshire and there'd be 3 and 4 deep round the greens, but I don't know, like I say, I don't know whether it's because they can see them every week now with the Murfield League and all these other competitions, whether we're blasé with turning up to see these players or not, I don't know. Wilcox has got 2 there, trails Ellis 7-8.
Coming back into the corner, Mike, at this top side, he played a few good balls up here, early part of the game.
Yeah, this is where James needs to
nail a good lead again here.
Come into it.
James's ball, I think he's just left this one a couple of yards short by the time it's finished. In fact, it's more than 2 yards. It's 2.5 yards short there, not the... James will be disappointed with that lead.
Yeah, it's not
Gary's reach, but he's underneath.
He needs to stop.
He's going to go a good way past the jack. James is nearly going to count with his first ball here. Gary's gone that far. James is indeed counting. He's further with his second. And again, he's slightly underneath the jack, and this is going to go good as far as Gary's first ball nearly. Counting 2. Feel Gary will get one in here to save 2. Surely Gary's going to count here.
His road's right. All he's going to do is stop. And he's nibbled the jack and stayed in for 1. 9-7, Ellis leads. Gonna go down the edge, thumb peg. He's looking for 1 within a yard on this mark. Needs to run for a good one. Needs to run.
Yeah, just a couple of foot short. There's Gary's lead. So James sets his first ball in the way. James is short. He's stamped the green. He's not happy. Good 2, 3, 4 yards short there. Gary's second ball is on its way.
Ellis needs to run and get round that ball.
He's not reaching.
He's short
Don't
again.
Think he's going to be up the jack. Counting 2 though. James will be looking to be further and beat those.
Well, it's further, but how much?
Is he further, Mike?
He's further than his first, but how much?
He's not further at all. 2.
He's left Ellis 2 cheap uns there. And 11-7, just that little break now that Ellis is in front. Could it be crucial? He's coming back down the edge, finger
across the
peg.
green, finger peg. Quite a bit of peg on this mark when it finishes.
It's not a big swinging mark this, it's pretty tight played.
Gary's just slightly underneath the jack. He's going to go a good yard past.
This is a different road.
James has gone wider.
Yes, this needs to trail off
Just
now
going
to
to go
the
in.
jack.
Yeah, very good response there from James. Side of the jack, 3-4 inches. Now he's going to have a strike at this one.
He's over the top and got the jack.
Excellent strike there from Gary. Pig clean off the green, as they say.
First round game. Must be left-handed and right.
Greg and Lee just having a joking discussion amongst their game. Not quite sure either players where the mark is or where the road is. The first two balls are good 6-7 yards wide of the jack. Greg's looking at his second ball and wondering where it's going. Greg couldn't count in two with 6-yard balls, Mike. Lee's got a better road here.
Lee needs to stop. Lee needs to stop because once it gets going down there, it might just trail off.
It can't surely, Mike. It can't surely go. Oh, he's just stopped. Wow.
Lee says it's flown in.
Wow.
Gary's played up this edge, thumb peg. He's played short and caught James short again.
I think James has played this green many times as James, as indeed
Gary
as
wants to
Gary.
run.
Again, this mark across the top, catching both players short.
He's blowing into the wind as well. The wind's coming from that direction slightly. James needs to get past that ball. The wind's blowing it.
Just going to go around it, I think.
Yeah,
Right? Just going to
got
go in.
past it. Eight 11 Wilcox trails. Now then, James, you need to put 2 or 3 ends together to get back in this game. 8-11. He's gone under the crown. About 30 yards. Shutters back to the jack there. It's not a daffodil, that. Probably 15 inches at the side. Ellis needs one roundabout to make sure it's not 2. Needs to run with this, he's left it short. Needs to run a yard to make it reasonable. Good 4 or 5 foot short. James needs to get by it. He's far enough with this one. He's got by it and now it needs to pull up. It's gone down the dip past the jack. Probably gone a yard over. Ellis needs one within a yard to save. First of all, he's got to get past his own first ball. Once he's done that, he's got a chance of saving, if not winning it. And it's just not sure from here. Looking at James's body language, I think James is in. Yes, he's signalled on to the marker. 10-11. The floodlights are on here now at Pudsey. Temperature's dropped a few degrees as Wilcox leads out thumb peg on a straightish mark over the crown, just at the top of a little ledge. Once it gets past that jack it runs a bit. He's nibbled it. He's played a good ball as Wilcox. Now Ellis needs to run. Does Gary. He's going to stop a little bit short. 2 foot short. Very near banging the road for hitting it. The other game is Lee Heaton 17, Greg Smith 13, and Wilcox has played an absolute real ball. He's give Ellis, I don't think, any choice but to strike. He's got to be at these. Well, he's not striking, he's just playing over. He's hoping he can get on the peg now and take the ball out, and he's not. His own ball must have been protecting the head. So Wilcox goes in front. 30. Well, I thought it would have been 13-11, but he's got 11 across there. I'll believe the marker. Wilcox leading out again. Finger peg under the crown. 28 yard. Quick finish, but you've got to get there for it to finish. And he's got there. And he's nibbled the jack again.
Yeah, so we're just going to go back to Lee Heaton and Greg's game. Of course, score currently stands at 17-15 to Lee. Greg just weighed in with 2 there, so Greg's leading across the green. 28 metre-ish mark. Greg's finger. Willing this ball on, it's going to trail down the hill. I don't think it's going to be too shabby when it's finished.
No, it's 4 foot off Dean.
Good
Pulling up now,
good 3.5
this
foot
green.
short. It's didn't do as well as Greg expected there.
This is better.
He's played a decent response, just goes into count.
Yeah, if Lee can count this end, he'll be looking at the winning line. So Greg needs to either win this end or make sure Lee doesn't get another. And he's reached, and he's got to stop quick. He's on the narrow side. It's not stopped in time.
Good chance here for Lee to go over 19-15. He's actually played a better ball than his first as Lee.
2 for Heaton.
So Lee takes a 19-15 lead against Greg, who was the favourite Mike coming into the final tonight.
Yes, he was, Dean. He's been the favourite right the way through, and he's probably not the favourite at the moment, but he won't be bloody far behind it, I'm afraid.
Certainly can't write him off at this stage, even at 19-15.
No.
Lee playing back up into the far corner away from the club, not right into the corner, but it's a good 40 metre mark. Lee's thumb.
All goes to the jack. If this is a length, it's a real ball. Needs to be a length.
Just sticking out wide of the jack, but again, it's a decent lead from Lee.
It'll look a lot nearer at 19-15 to Greg than it does for Lee.
Greg's after this one again. I think he's just going to come
run
short.
And he's left it. Not a happy bunny is our Greg. He's just been off the green to speak to his girlfriend, Lacey. And Lee needs to miss it. He's missed it. He's lying up his Lee. They're not the best balls in the world.
Greg will be looking. I think Greg will be up, and he counts, certainly not saves, but open to count at this one.
He's had a big intake of breath as Greg there, settling himself down. He knows this is a big ball.
Second ball's on the way.
It needs to run.
He's got to run. He's left
needs
it,
to
Mike.
run.
He's left it.
It needs to miss that and run to save or any chance, and it's not.
He's
It's
left
left
it.
Lee 2. 2 from Heaton. Heaton wins 21-15.
Yes, probably have to say cheap 2 there, Mike, to get home for game. Greg
Yeah.
will be very disappointed.
He'll be distraught, will Greg? Absolutely distraught.
So again, congratulations to Lee, through to the final. So that leaves us to concentrate back on the Wilcox Ellis game. Scores currently tied 12-12. Gary just delivering his second ball at this end. Not too sure who's actually counting at this moment in time. I think Gary's just left his ball a tad short and wide.
Lee Heaton 21-15.
Ellis won.
Signals 1 just takes a slender 13-12 lead. As Gary leads the jack out back up into the far corner of Pudsey. Big reaching mark, you've got to make sure you're far enough into this corner. Gary walking after his ball, he's reaching. Trails another yard, it's a very good lead from Gary, very good lead. It's probably about a foot to the side of the jack. As James, his ball's on its way, watching his ball. Is he just going to come up short? Is it going to trail? He's just going to come up short, I think. Yes. Referee John Edmondson tells Gary that his first ball's counting. As Gary sets off after his second ball, hoping to pass James's to count 2. He's passed it and pegged in. 2 good balls from Gary. James just asking, is it definitely 2? And I think he's going to have a pop at these. He's reaching, he's looking at it, he's hoping for the shoulder, and he's missed. 2 to Gary. Just nudges him further into the lead, 15-12.
Ellis has led out Thumpeg down the edge of the green, one of his favourite marks in the competition. He's won it all here on this mark once or twice. He's leading 15-12 and he's got one about 10 inch at the back of the jack. It's a big push down the edge and then it pegs towards the gutter. Thumpeg to the right hander. He's played that a bit too far. He's probably still got another though, because James's first ball. I think the referee signalled 1 down there.
Yeah. He's having a go as James is striking.
Well, it must be 1 then. And
He's missed again. James looking, asking the question as to why he's missed again.
16
just further into the lead, 16-12.
So Gary's going to come back up this edge, finger peg. Again, it's a big reach. And because we're 40 odd yards away from the end, we won't get a good view of the lie of the ball, so if we don't get it completely right, bear with us. Hopefully you'll be able to see it better on the screen because the camera's right in that corner. But Ellis has played a decent ball here, real good ball.
Very, very good ball from Gary there, his first. Just about a back toucher, Mike, very good ball.
Yes, as near as damn it a back toucher. And James is just going to die short, I think. Yes, it's just died. It's a good effort. Means that Gary's got to get one within a foot to get another. And it needs to run down that little hill.
He's just failed in making two, I think.
Well, he might have done, but yes, he has, but it might be in the road, that.
Will James be tempted? He's just surveying the end, is James. Will he be tempted to have another strike at this? He's probably concerned about taking his own ball out.
He's reached at it. If he
He's
hits his
reached
own
it.
ball, he'll be 2 down. He's not happy with it.
He's underneath again.
1-2
Gary takes
Ellis.
17-12 lead now to Gary.
Again, Ellis leading the jack. Thumb peg to the gutter. Runs pretty much straight for 3/4 of the mark and then just pegs the last few yard. But you need that length for it to peg. And Gary seems to have played one here. It just needs to peg round there now.
Don't think I'll be too disappointed with that lead, Mike, there.
No,
From our angle, it just looks about 2 foot to the side of the jack.
Yes, it looks pretty adjacent.
James has certainly reached. Just nips inside Gary's to count.
I'm glad you can see from up there, Dean, because I can't. Ellis wants to run with this. He's left it short. It'll peg narrow this now. That was the end that Ellis needed to put a nail in James's coffin, and he's not done it. So James can still fight on.
Pegging. Jack.
I think that was 1 to James.
Yeah, looks like he's going to come back into his favourite corner, Mike.
Well, the marker's not put it on the scoreboard, so I think it is 14-17. Has it?
17-13 to Gary. James leading out. He's changed the mark slightly into this corner. He's come round peg James's finger.
I'm a bit surprised that he's not come to his thumb peg.
He's sent his first
he's
ball
already
wide. It's a good 2 yards wide.
His girlfriend has said the length's not too
Gary's
bad.
stalking his ball.
I'm not
This
sure.
needs to run as well.
This is a great road, but
Just
it's
gonna go in.
be a touch short.
Yeah, good ball from Gary. About a yard short.
He's come the other peg now, James. He's come thumb peg at it, straight at it.
James open his ball flat enough. Goes in. Good response there from James, turning the peg. Gary also opting to turn the peg. I think he's over this way.
Yeah,
He is
over
indeed.
the
He's
top.
underneath.
1 to James. He's short and all. Everything went wrong with that.
15-17.
Wilcox leading out. Thumb peg at the side of the crown, pegging towards the gutter. The greens died off drastically in the last half hour. And James needs to peg hard. He's going towards the jack. He's just overplayed it, that's why it's not pegged as much. Ellis is on a road. This one has got to start pegging quick. It's a better length than James's ball. Needs to run down that hill.
Gary just running it on. I think it's stopped a good yard short, Mike.
Yes, and James has gone the other peg here. He might just be a shade too low.
We'll peg at the finish if he's too far. He's gone past. And James willing it to stop when he's gone past the jack. I feel Gary's counting here.
Yes, I've heard someone say get another. And this is on a good road. If it can get to the same position as his first ball, it needs to run down that hill. It's pegging. Pegging because it's a little bit short.
His first is a lot short. I think it's only one.
It's a bad ball. It got a few bounces when it come out of his hand. He needed to get two there.
So Gary goes into the 18-14. He's going back up the edge. Gary's finger, I believe, yes. Gary sets his first ball on the way.
Well, it's a good length for me.
It's not going to be the worst lead anybody's ever seen. You won't be too disappointed with that one, Gary. A very good lead indeed.
Just a few inches on the narrow. Finger pegged towards the gutter. And
James is just this side and too far. Another wayward ball there from James. Gary's chasing after his second ball.
Needs to
willing it on to make two.
A yard. It's just got to.
Just going to go in and make two of it, I think. What can James do with his second ball?
James needs to be inside that to have any chance, but he's left it short.
Far enough? Is he far enough?
No, he's left it. A cheap two for Ellis.
Two to Gary, sees him go 20. 2014.
Weary ball that from James. So Ellis goes back down the edge, thumb peg, looking to nail one on the jack to seal his place in the 6th final of his career at Pudsey, and it looks to be pretty good.
Tremendous lead from Gary, a front toucher.
James is not sure whether he's going to strike with his first
He's got
ball.
to have a go at this, Gary, front toucher. At 20 down, he's got to have a go.
He's missed it.
I don't think we'll see Gary trying to make a target here. Oh no, this 2 foot away. Surely can't be making a big target for James to go at.
Well, he sent it further than I thought he was going to send it. He's hoping now that that's in the road.
It's going to be straight on the road. James has got to have another go at this ball. It's on its way. He's looking at it.
Missed it.
He's underneath again.
Ellis wins 21-14 into the final to play Lee Heaton.
Good performance there from Gary.